Hi friends, welcome back to Sheena's Homestead. I am so glad to have you with us today. Last week's episode we started some winter sowing. So we used some containers that we collected over the winter to start some of our seeds, and then we started some of our other seeds under grow lights. So if you haven't seen that episode, go ahead and check that out. In this episode, I'm going to give you a little update as to how all of those projects are going. But I also wanted to do something a little bit different and a little bit more fun. I wanted to show you what my garden gave me last year in our harvest and how I preserved it. So I thought it might be interesting for you to see from start to finish what our end goal is with all of this food. And it'll also help you to think in the future about the things that you want to grow that are beneficial to you. Because there are a lot of things that we see that have pretty pictures on the seed packet and we think, oh wow, that would be interesting or that would be fun to try to grow. And those kinds of projects are definitely fun and something that you should try every once in a while. But I just want to make sure that everybody is thinking about things that are intentional for this year and things that we actually use. So that's what I'm going to go through, and I'm going to show you what I did with a lot of my harvest last year. All right, so let's dive into the pantry and I'll just show you some of my favorite products that I have in here and that I use quite a bit of. So I would say one of my number one used things from last year was salsa. This is garden salsa from my garden. This has a tomato base, has jalapenos, onions, cilantro, spices and things like that. This one is a pineapple peach salsa. So I did buy the pineapple from Aldi, but we used peaches from our orchard and I was able to preserve this. What I love most about salsa is how versatile it is. So yes, you can take salsa out and just eat it with some chips and have it as a snack, but you can also make a full dinner with it. For example, this is what I use to make my famous chili. And it's just a super simple thing. All the ingredients are right here. You add it to some ground beef, a little bit of ketchup and some chili powder as well, and you would not believe how great this tastes. And then something like this pineapple peach salsa, I can easily add this to a chicken and rice dish and my kids absolutely love it. So again, really easy things to use in our pantry that are versatile, snack or dinner. So another canning project from this summer are pickles. We have some pickles and I also canned some jalapenos, and the jalapenos have been really great to use in recipes all winter long. You can put them on top of nachos. You can make different kinds of dips and appetizers, and you've got all this yummy goodness right at your fingertips. Now, something I don't have upstairs, but I will show you what I have downstairs, is my tomato sauce. I grew about 40 Roma tomato plants this last season, and I canned and jarred all of the sauce, and that has been absolutely instrumental in preparing quick and easy dinners. And you know what? To be able to open up one of those jars and taste pure sunshine from your garden 6 months ago on a gloomy day in the middle of winter, it's a really rewarding process. So that is something I highly recommend. I've got videos on how to do that, and we are gearing up for another big tomato season. So that is a definite must on my garden list. And then, so freeze-dried products. I wanted to make more space in my freezer. So I took all of my frozen vegetables and freeze-dried them. And having things in a plastic bag is definitely short-term use. If you wanted to store these in a Mylar bag, that would be long-term use. You could definitely do that up to 20-25 years. That's what a freeze dryer really is for. But we use these pretty often, so I've just got them right now in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to be transferring them to more mason jars. We just picked up a lot more mason jars. So we've got that going on. This is freeze-dried Greek yogurt. It was kind of an experiment. I just wanted to see if I could do it, and yes, you can. This would be great if for some reason the power went out or something like that and you didn't have access to being able to keep things cold. So all you have to do is add water back to this, reconstitute it, and you have some yogurt. And then these two products here are Swiss chard from my garden. So this is the leaf part, and then this is the stalk part. And if you've never had Swiss chard before, it is an amazing, amazing crop to have. It is super prolific. It provides so much. It keeps going all the way into winter. If I take you outside right now, I could show you that there are still a couple leaves on the plant. It's just one of those things that is a really great crop to have. So the stalks I like to use as celery. They are super easy to freeze dry. Just chop them up nice and small, and you can add this to any kind of soup or stew or anything like that. And then the leaves, so you can add these to smoothies and then again to soups and stews. And it just a lot of extra nutrients, and my kids don't even know what's in there. So it's a win. And then I had an abundance of red bell pepper, not that I grew, but that I purchased on sale somewhere. So I decided to freeze dry them so it's nice and easy to add to a pot, and it's already cut up for me. This method has made things so easy for me for dinner. I feel like I am not spending too much time in the kitchen. I'm able to get to other projects. So again, I've got more peas and carrots here. Okay, and now I'll get you to our summer orchard stash. So back in here, I have, these are peaches. My kids love these. I do too. They are super delicious. We can take them easily to one of our sports games where we're just sitting around all weekend watching our traveling sports. We have 4 kids and they are all over the place. So these are great to bring for those, and it's just nutrients and summer in a jar. So we love that. We love that about them. And as you can hear, they're still super crispy and ready to enjoy. Now, I did grow those myself, but in the summertime, as you know, there's sales on peaches and apples and all kinds of things that are in season. And I'm trying to find the apples for you. My kids eat them like crazy, so I don't know if we have any more. Here we go. I thought these were apples. They're more peaches. My kids have eaten all of the freeze-dried apples that we had. I did put some of them in cinnamon and sugar, and they definitely love those even more, but I think next year I'm going to skip the sugar altogether and just do cinnamon because we don't need that extra sugar. No way, no way. And then another thing I freeze-dried, blueberries, and these might be my favorite freeze-dried item. They taste delicious. They have a little bit of a crunch to them. They're super sweet. I don't know. They actually taste like candy, and there's nothing added to them. They are pure sunshine in a can. So I absolutely love these. Definitely number 1 on my list for freeze-dried fruit. Another one that we have that goes really well with the blueberries is pineapple. And I found pineapple at Aldi for $1.99. So I bought a whole bunch of them and we freeze-dried them up, and the kids eat them as a dessert. They taste like candy. So pretty amazing. This here is guacamole. I freeze-dried guacamole, and I've got that in a jar. It's super easy to reconstitute. Angelina, my oldest, loves avocados, loves guacamole. So sometimes when she comes home from volleyball, she's super hungry, and I don't have fresh guacamole on hand all of the time. So I've got this, and it's super easy to reconstitute. And then just to finish up some of the freeze-dried items, these are eggs. So our chickens have started laying. We have unseasonably warm weather here. We are on the border of 6A and 6B, but we just had an almost 80-degree day in February. So super strange not common, but on the plus side, our chickens really, really loved the weather and they started producing early. So I've been taking those eggs and trying to freeze dry as many as I can. I've got another one here. So beautiful, isn't it? And all you have to do to reconstitute is 2 tablespoons of eggs and of powder and 2 tablespoons of water, and that equals 1 egg. And you can use it in baking, you can use it to scramble up an omelet quickly. It's just really awesome to have, especially in the winter time when your chickens stop laying. And then to round out some of the things that are upstairs here, this is tomato, onion, garlic, and basil puree. So I can use this as tomato soup, as a base for tomato soup. It is absolutely delicious. The color is a little bit more orange rather than red because I used sun gold cherry tomatoes in this process instead of Roma. So it's just what I had left over and we really love that. And then here's another fun thing we did. This is delicious. These are grapes and they came right from our grapevine outside along our fence. And which, by the way, if you have any kind of fencing at all in your yard, do yourself a favor and plant some grapevines. They grow crazy quick and they're just absolutely delicious, unlike anything you can get at a store. So this was a super simple process. We filled the jar with mostly water. I don't believe I used sugar on this one. In the recipes, you can use up to a cup of sugar or something like that. But if you are used to not eating sugar quite so much and you can deal with just a little bit of the tartness, I say go for it. And then we added our grapes and we water bath canned this. I think it was 20-25 minutes. And now we made this on April 24th, 2023. And this has been ready for quite some time. We did drink a couple when cold and flu season came by, and I'll tell you what, definitely saved us from getting sick quite a few times. So we're saving this one just in case, knock on wood. So that is it for this pantry. I'm gonna take you downstairs. It's a little dark down there. I definitely don't have things, quote, camera ready in that space, but I want to show you anyway some of the things that I have been canning. Now in the winter time, I take that time to do a lot of my chicken and beef and soups and things like that. So let me show you down there exactly what I have. Super proud of this process, just it doesn't look as pretty as it does up here. So don't mind the mess, but I'd like to show you what I've done. So this is my basement space, and as you can see, I have quite a few things here, mostly meat products, but I've got some stew meat, some pumpkin here. This is an apple pie filling. I absolutely love that recipe. I do have a video on it. And then I have some applesauce from our orchard and a little bit more salsa. And here is chicken. I know it doesn't look that appetizing, but believe me, it's delicious and it really saves you from having to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I can pull out one of these jars or a couple of these jars and make a meal almost instantly. And the best part is that this food is all cooked already. So, I mean, if you were in a bad spot, like you had a storm and your power was knocked out, I could easily come down here and find food for all of us to have during a time like that. This is one of my favorite things. It's actually chicken tortilla soup, and it's so yummy, and it's all ready for us to eat right here, all cooked up and waiting for us. So I hope you enjoyed that little basement tour. Sorry I couldn't be in the shot as well. It's just too dark down there and too hard to do that, but I still wanted to show you what I have. And now I'm going to go show you the update on the seedlings. So this is the cart that Rob built me last year. I do have a video on this as a tutorial to show you how to do the same, but I'm just going to give you a little peek into what we planted last week. So these peppers are starting to pop up. They're doing great. We don't have much going on in here yet. You can see a little seed right there on the bottom right is about to pop up. So we are just, oh, here's another one too over here. So we're just keeping the heat mat on these bottom ones for just a bit longer. Yep, nothing in here yet. This is our oregano. Look at that. They have all sprouted up. They're so cute. It's so little. And then we have some cayenne pepper and some jalapeno. Looks like we've got a couple little sprouts here. So we're working on it. These should probably pop up within the next couple days. But I just wanted to give you a little update as to how the grow lights are going. All right, so here are our winter sowing containers. And not much is going on with these at all, which is exactly what I expected because it is not warm enough for them to sprout. So these just kind of hang out and do their thing until the ground has become warm enough for them to sprout. And once they do, that will all happen on its own. It's a pretty amazing process. I love winter sowing because it is hands off. And then when your seeds sprout, they sprout just in the right amount of time. And then they are hardened off on their own because they're outside already. So it's just a really amazing process. And I tried it last year. It worked wonderfully. So here we are trying it again. I do think that it's something that you should absolutely do. If you are an avid gardener, try it out. I mean, we all know you have a million seeds in your collection there. So just take a couple packets out and see how it goes for yourself. And you can do it in comparison to your old method, just so that you don't lose any time or production. So give it a shot, give it a try. Let me know how it goes. I would be so excited to hear how your winter sowing projects are going. And if you've started seeds already, let me know what you've started. I've got lots of my pepper varieties. Next week I will probably start my tomatoes, and gosh, I don't know. Oh, I've got broccoli. We did broccoli already too. And then a lot of flower seeds because flower gardens are so much fun and bring so much joy. So let me know what you're starting. Can't wait to hear from you. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time on Sheena's Homestead. Goodbye, my friends. Have a blessed week.